Chief, tell me about what's happening today. It seemed like a great morning.
It's the unveiling of our mental wellness program. We've already started a couple of months ago, but we wanted to unveil it to the public of what we're doing for our membership. We say that we want to keep our community as safe as possible. Community safety and well-being is our number one challenge, as well as our responsibility. To do that, we have to keep our officers, our staff, our sworn civilian and volunteer, operating at their highest potential. So we are unveiling mandatory sit-downs twice a year, once with a clinical psychologist, virtually, and once in person with a different clinical psychologist. So we had them here today to speak about that piece of it, and that's for all our members. We also had Wounded Warriors Partnership. We brought that up. That's with all the supports for spouses, for families, for children. That's that piece of it, more of a supportive role in behind. And then we talked about, we had Aaron Dale up from Toronto, who started with his partner Jeremy Burns, a military veteran, so a veterans wellness program as well, that our officers can take advantage of, as well as raise their awareness for veterans in the community in Northumberland County, that they can make the proper referrals to, go right to the Department of Defense in Canada. They're reached out to within 72 hours to help them with any needs, depression, anxiety, homelessness for our veterans. So that was the fourth piece in our program.
Dealing with any emergency service, trauma happens. It's how you deal with it. If you can speak a little bit about that, like it's just how they cope with it, how they deal with it, and this shows that there's places to go.
It's incumbent upon us to do the best we can for our members. And it's not just once something's happened, it's from day one. So our members will have these supports from day one. They'll get the education program from Wounded Warriors with Trauma Informed. They'll have all those supports. We still have a traditional EAP, EFAP, peer support. This is an addition to, not an instead of. So those programs are still continuing daily, but it's also keeping an eye on each other and communicating with each other daily. I'm blessed to be in a smaller service where I can see our members every day. We all keep an eye on each other and support one another.
Lori, tell me about your how you help the officers.
So I was just coming in to launch off the new wellness initiative, and so we've done it sort of from the opening it up for them to be able to chat, tell us what's happening for them, so we can see those pieces as well. That was my psychotherapy hat. And then in the Fleming College piece, what we've been trying to do is build it into our curriculum. So our tagline is Policing for Today, Building Equity, Diversity, and Resilience, and building those pieces in for future police officers, so that they're going to come with those skills that they need to help them moving forward into the field. We know that they're going to get all the training that they need when they go to Ontario Police College or in their own police service, but we want to really be able to expand that to help them with those really difficult moments that they're going to have every day. And also to expand that too for their families, because what does that look like for them and future police officers, and how can we be starting that training right now?
One thing I think it's safe to say is that any emergency service, trauma will happen.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And even if you just think about, so if I put on my psychotherapy hat, if we just think about COVID, every single person that was alive during that time period has experienced trauma. And so what that will look different for everybody. Some people will be able to move through things differently, but it's making sure people have the resources and the tools. And the biggest piece is we need to change that stigma. That it is okay to ask for help. It is okay to cry. It is okay to say, you know what, I had a really bad day, and that there's something about this particular situation that has hurt me to the core. And then having those resources available, because what's happening right now is that people feel they can't come forward, and that's not good. That's when illness will happen, and we need to be able to do something to help our police officers. They're putting their lives on the line every single day. All of our first responders are, in some way or form, and so what can we be doing to help them and their families?